Southeast, which is going to be wet on Saturday. Front moves through. You're going to be left with some cooler temperatures in the 60s across Florida. And the West is definitely the place that's going to have the toughest go. We're going to be talking about significant airport delays and a really rough go for those of you traveling along the 5 or the I-5 corridor. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
Some people just know how to build things well. Give you and your loved ones an expertly engineered Mercedes-Benz at the winter event going on now. And stay connected with 3 years of Embrace service complimentary.
Companies don't have to tell you everything that's in their products. But SC Johnson isn't just a company. We're a family who cares about yours. That's why we're working to share all of our ingredients right down to the fragrances and dyes. So with products like Windex, you know what you're bringing into your home. Going beyond the industry standard, that's the family standard.
I travel the world to catch the finest shrimp, but when I want to eat the finest shrimp, I go to Long John Silver's for the new half-pound Pacific shrimp meal. Succulent panko-breaded shrimp and 2 sides, just $5.99. It's premium, it's Pacific, and it's only at Long John Silver's.
Be jolly this season at Macy's Best Customer Sale. Save 25 to 50% throughout the store. Plus, get an extra 20% off when you use your WOW Savings Pass or Macy's Star Rewards card. Plus, get free shipping at Macys.com.
Half the fun of photography, it's just the adventure of getting there. It just makes you appreciate how beautiful a place the world is. Really realise how insignificant you are. Life couldn't get any better.
Through the storm and beyond. The Weather Channel, the Winter Weather Authority. Now you're local on the 8s.
For staying with us tonight on Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Danielle Banks. Well, we continue to track 2 major stories tonight. Potential for the big storm in the Northeast and, of course, the big storm which is currently hitting the West as we speak. Let's go ahead and start off with a quick look at our radar. So all this moisture is the reason why that you're seeing such a precip packed storm. It is just continuing to flow in, and right now we're taking a look at how it's really beginning to hit hard across areas of Southern California. And, of course, we all also want to focus on what's going to be happening in the Northeast to boot. In New York, we've got plow trucks that are on standby for possible winter weather this weekend. Trucks are filling up with the sand, gearing up for a potentially long weekend. But again, we're not really expecting this to be a quote-unquote blockbuster or historic storm. But you definitely want to keep it tuned to the Weather Channel. So we're going to keep you posted on this. But first, we want to turn things over to Crystal Egger for a look at more of tonight's weather headlines.
For a quick look at some other weather headlines, let's get started here in Roanoke, Virginia. It was a tough day for travel. Drivers trying to navigate snow and ice on the roads there. A woman lost control of her car and ran into a house. A tractor trailer lost control on a major interstate and shut down 3 lanes of traffic. And some drivers are worried it's only going to get worse as people get on the roads for Christmas travel.
If these roads are not good, I can only imagine with, I don't know, 100 times more traffic, what that's going to be like. It's been slippery, it's been slushy, it's been hectic, it's been almost wrecks, it's tense.
Well, Virginia State Police responded to nearly 2,000 crashes just yesterday, and about 7,000 people are still without power tonight. Appalachian Power expects all customers to get electricity back by tomorrow night. And now we turn to the latest on the weather problems plaguing the Minnesota Vikings. Their big Monday night matchup against the Chicago Bears is now set for an outdoor stadium, putting the team into the elements for the first time in 29 years. The game will take place at TCF Bank Stadium at the University of Minnesota, with temperatures not expected to climb out of the 20s, and there's a possibility of snow showers as well. Last weekend, the Metrodome roof gave way after a record 17 inches of snow covered the city. And check out these pictures. Yes, that is snow inside a home there in Iowa. The homeowners were out of town, and when a relative checked on the house, this is what he found. Earlier today, we spoke to the homeowner on the phone. Here's what she had to say.
Well, we were out of town, and there was a terrible blizzard here, so we asked my brother-in-law to check on the house, and this is what he found. Apparently, a door had blown open. We saw the pictures just as you're seeing them. My brother-in-law and his wife had cleaned it all up for us, and so we knew about it, but we still couldn't believe it when we saw the pictures.
Wow, she's going to owe her brother-in-law big time for the holidays. Maybe a nice big holiday feast as a result, and that kitchen hopefully cleaned up, because that's a beautiful home. But seeing all that snow in there, boy, that is just not a sight that anybody would want to come back to. Okay, so here's what I'm calling our Energizer Bunny storm, because this thing is just going to go and go and go and go, and it's going to go all the way throughout the end of the week, and we are just going to continually see a series of storm systems. So this is not just a one and done kind of a deal. The storms are actually going to line up to slam into the west. So we've just got so much moisture which continues streaming in off the Pacific. And as you may have heard earlier from Dr. Forbes, he's not only concerned about the avalanche danger for the higher elevations, but also for those of you in the burn areas, he's really concerned about debris flow. So like I've been saying, that is going to be one busy man as we go throughout the weekend. So here's the setup as we go through Sunday. Places like LA, we're talking downtown in the city, 1 to 2 inches of rain. So going through Sunday, that's all we're talking about. That's not even including what we're going to be facing coming on board after the weekend. There's going to be more of that, and of course some really heavier amounts of rain coming, of course, across the higher elevations in terms of snowfall when you get into that rain-snow mixture. So when you get into those transition zones, that's where you're starting to find out about more of the icy scenarios setting up. So very stormy as we go into the beginning stages of the week. So again, not a one and done type of setup. It's still going to be incredibly messy out there. So right now, this is our current radar scenario. You can see it's already so snowy out across the Sierra Nevada, and places like Reno are going to be extra tough to get to. And you certainly want to factor in some significant flight delays for places like Sacramento into LA coming up on Saturday, but especially on Sunday. We're also anticipating those delays to stretch all the way up into the Portland area. Right now, not too bad for travel purposes as we take a look across the Northeast. Getting past Syracuse along Interstate 81, you of course are going to have An interesting time with that lake effect snow continuing to blow around, but it's not a huge crank up. As we go into the northeast, again, we'll still see a few lake effect snow showers, generally just really cold across the area. People running around New York this weekend. On Saturday, you need to prep for temperatures which are going to be sitting across the 30s. And of course, so many of you have also been curious about the potential setup for a nor'easter. And of course, we're going to be